Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Glad to have you aboard here this evening. As my goodness, do we have an action-packed video to get to as the Oilers? Well, lots of news today and a huge day setting up what is going to be a massive day tomorrow. Oh my goodness, Oilers hockey is back at last down at Rogers Place for real. Chips are on the table tomorrow night. 2 points up for grabs between the Oilers and the Winnipeg Jets. As yours truly, the Oilers fanatic and Gillis TV all in the house up in the upper deck watching that banner from the Western Conference Finals last year that we also won against the Dallas Stars go up at Rogers Place. The first new banner up at Rogers Place, might I add. If we didn't raise a Pacific Division champions banner after winning the division, the last back in 2022 over the Calgary Flames. However the playoffs work, however you view that, let's not waste too much time there. What I will tell you though, friends, before we get to the big news of the day, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I want you to stick around. We'll have lots of fun stuff, community tab posts, live stream or two down from Rogers Place tomorrow, so you want to do that, get the news the soonest you possibly can. But speaking of which, I've wasted a minute and 15 seconds of your time, so let's get to it, shall we? We'll start with the signing today. Bob Stauffer given the vote of confidence for Travis Dermott, who had a strong showing in camp and preseason, and earning a two-way $775K, $500K contract at the NHL level with the Edmonton Oilers here. That was the expected move. We knew that was going to happen. And Travis Dermott now officially, as the Oilers put it in their headline post, English. Let's try that. An Oiler. All right, let's go here. No, that's a double click. Let's go over here. Today's moves. How is this possible? How do we sign Dermott if we're so close to the cap? We got $53 of cap space. How'd that all happen? Well, last night I promised you there would be a late edition. Ultimately, that did not come to pass because the Oilers just chose to meander their way through roster day as they usually do. And, well, here we go. Bill Scott's come up with this solution. The Oilers today, as Puckpedia kind of expected, have put Evander Kane on long-term injured reserve following the recall for Matt Savoy and the signing of Cameron Wright yesterday and all the cap gymnastics that go along with those two moves. The Oilers have loaned both forwards to the Bakersfield Condors to accommodate room for one Travis Dermott. So that's how we get where we're at. Okay, everybody following? Travis Dermott is an Oiler. Everybody that you knew is an Oiler is an Oiler. You're carrying 7D, 12 forwards, 2 goaltenders. Away you go, la-di-da, let's go face Winnipeg and get the chips on the table for the 2024-2025 season, okay? That's where we get to right quick with all that. But let's explain these moves a little further, okay? That $53, I think there might be some confusion about how that works. The Oilers registered and added Wright today, giving them $53 of cap space, so they kind of capture it almost perfectly, just kind of difficult to do it right down to the dollar most times. As outlined below, they'll add Kane to LTR today to capture it and be able to exceed cap by 5.125 million minus $53. So whatever that number is, right? It ends in 47. That's all I can tell you. Tomorrow they will send down Wright and Savoy and sign Dermott and accrue cap space. Well, that actually happened today. I think there was some confusion if that could happen today or not, but it did. The Oilers sent down Matt Savoy and Cameron Wright. But again, you kind of look at when that post came out about 3 hours ago. That might be past the cutoff deadlines for all that, so that might actually count for tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure on all that. Don't ask questions. Again, Bill Scott's running the Oilers salary cap, and this is not a knock against him. This man is a cap manipulator like we've never seen. Again, I will reference back, as I did in yesterday's video, to how he ultimately acquired Matthias Ekholm for the Oilers, doing all the paper transactions at Devon Shore and all the crazy stuff involved with that. So again, far be it from me to say what Bill Scott can and can't do with the Edmonton Oilers salary cap. Okay, let's get going. We've already explained all that, so good to go. Let's go to this one because you want to know a little bit about this. I did not mention this yesterday because it really was not big breaking news like it seemed to be, because quite simply, Rafael Lavoie finds himself in a precarious situation at the stage of his hockey career. Today, being placed on waivers by the Vegas Golden Knights, who yesterday, just for fun facts, happened to, you're following me, happened to claim him on waivers from the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the biggest part of all this is it really is a heartstring, heart rip out, whatever you want to say, of Bakersfield Condors fans who have come to know and love Rafael Lavoie as not an Edmonton Oiler, not as a graduated player of the Condors, as somebody who is a constant in Bakersfield. Pretty much since the second year of his lifetime with the Edmonton Oilers here, since being drafted way back when by Ken Holland, is Rafael Lavoie has been a guy who has been a Bakersfield Condors mainstay. As I had it put to me today, it's Seth Griffith and Rafael Lavoie is the longest tenured full-time Bakersfield Condors at this point. Yeah, you just lost Brad Malone, who there will be stories told for years to come about his impact, not only on the team, but in the Bakersfield community in terms of what he brought to the table as captain of the Bakersfield Condors. And obviously, to have such a move happen like yesterday, losing as an organization for the Oilers, but also for a team that is so invested in Rafael Lavoie like the Bakersfield Condors, that one hurts. But from everything we understand, I can show you 1,000,001 tweets about it today, but let's not worry about that. The general understanding when it comes to Rafael Lavoie is the Oilers have already put in a claim. They will wait till noon tomorrow to find out if they indeed return him back to Bakersfield. Obviously, Vegas, if you look at the pecking order, San Jose's got the top claim number. Goes down from there to the best team in the NHL being number 32. Quite honestly, if Vegas was able to claim Rafael Lavoie, unless somebody really jumps out of the woodworks tomorrow, I highly doubt that the Oilers are unable to claim Rafael Lavoie back tomorrow. I would say he is back in Bakersfield. He's probably, I don't know if it was Mark Spector or somebody from that world of hockey basically saying, look, Rafael Lavoie probably didn't even get off his couch when he heard that he got claimed on waivers. He pretty much is sitting in Edmonton waiting to finally figure out exactly what's going to happen, and then he'll react. And that's kind of, life on the waiver wire for a lot of guys. But for Rafael Lavoie, there was a good chance that the Vegas Golden Knights were going to put him on waivers. That seems to be the trend at this time of year, and ultimately that's what's happened. So we'll see tomorrow if Rafael Lavoie just boards a flight down to Bakersfield, joins camp, and gets going. And I expect that will be the case. So not to say rest easy tonight, Bako, but I don't think we've seen the last of Rafael Lavoie in orange and blue and white quite yet. So fingers crossed, we'll see at noon tomorrow. Of course, Patrick, Brennan, and I down at Rogers Place will be able to update you on that live from outside the downtown community arena later on in the day once we all get down there. Obviously, guys got to work still and get down to Rogers Place on time for an 8 p.m. puck drop. So things, as compared to normal down at Rogers Place for a day for a home opener, if you've been around for a couple of years now here on the channel, a little bit delayed going live, but we'll get there. We'll be fine. We'll be dandy. We'll get it done. And we will have ourselves a good old afternoon from Rogers Place that transitions into a light meal at Studio 99. Let's not pig out too much, I don't think, right? We got to still sit through an entire hockey game comfortably up there in the big section. And then away we go with a good old hockey game on a Wednesday night, 8 p.m. puck drop against not the Vancouver Canucks. That's the nice part about this for the first time in a while. So friends, that'll do it for me. That'll do it for a huge day of Oilers news, as it has been the past 2 days. This is, this is a little bit more eventful than we're used to, but hey, it's all good and dandy. We'll take it in stride, and we'll go down to Rogers and have ourselves a good old evening tomorrow night. Until I talk to you later on tomorrow, we will see you for now. And you know what? Have a great night. It's a good day to have a good day when, hey, make the best of what you got left. I'm up on, oh dear.